now.
Hi, I'm Shontae Castro.
Good evening, Shontae Castro. I'd like to ask you some questions and find out how things are when it comes to growing up in a home with sisters and brothers and a parent or absent father, absent parent.
Well, it wasn't too easy in my household, but my mama did what she had to do to provide for her 6 kids. I'm one of 6. My father was absent.
Okay, and being are you the oldest or the next to the oldest or
I'm the oldest sibling.
the oldest sibling? So you had brothers and sisters. How many sisters? How many brothers?
I have 4 brothers and 1 baby sister.
Okay. And Shante, do you think that it would have made a difference if you had a father in the household?
I'm not sure if my mom did a pretty good job. She did a pretty good job. My daddy was a drinker, but my last 2 siblings, their father, he was a pretty decent provider. He didn't have much from job to job, side jobs, and he would do whatever he could for us. He was a good role model in the household when they weren't arguing.
Do you think that arguing affected any of the children of the household?
Maybe my younger brothers, maybe because they argue with each other today, and one of them have a tendency to argue with their girlfriend all the time.
Okay, okay, Shante, do you have children of your own?
Yes, I do. I have 4.
How's motherhood?
Pretty good. It's a blessing. God's grace. It's a blessing. He helps me with them.
Okay. And are you in school or you work every day?
I work every day.
And Shante, is there an actual issue that's going on in life right now that you'd like to talk about or that I can help you with?
Well, it's a lot of things going on in the world today. Also with myself, some things I really don't care to discuss. They're personal, which I do feel like I need help with them sometimes. But I just go to God and I pray. And I know everything's going to be okay. But for the most, I always have been kind of an independent person. So I try not to put my problems on other people or vent to other people. Because I kind of basically raised my brothers and sisters growing up because my mom ended up out in the world doing whatever she wanted to do when things weren't going right. So I'm pretty much immune to dealing with things myself, basically, with the help of the Lord, of course.
So when it comes to handling situations in life, it's safe to say that you can just about get through it with
Yes,
God's help.
yep, most definitely. Most definitely. It may hurt sometimes. Sometimes I may cry. Sometimes I may be happy. But it's a challenge. Almost every day is a challenge.
If you could do things different or if things could have been different, what was the most important thing that have been different that you would have wanted to be different, Shante, when it came to growing up without a father?
I don't think that father is just an issue for me. I mean, I had my grandmother, I had my granddad. Those were my backbones. They were for me more than my mother. She never really liked me, so I really never really had a feel of the motherly love after about 10, 9 or 10. So the father, it was just do or don't. It didn't matter. And I tried living with him once, but that didn't work out too good. because I was tired of keeping my mother's kids, raising my mother's kids. And if something could have been different, I wish maybe she would have never moved to those apartments we moved to. Or not just the apartments, because we was finding an apartment nice. You wouldn't believe that it was the apartment, the projects that we lived in when you walk into our place. But maybe she's not meeting the people that she met, the neighbors, who taught her how to use drugs. And maybe I wish if things would have could have been different, she would have left me in school and not taken me out in ninth grade after I got skipped from seventh to the ninth. And she took me completely out of school. I never heard anything like it, but that's what she did. So if me staying in school and her not meeting those neighbors would have been different, I think things would have been a whole lot different.
So have you found that in most communities nowadays in times that drugs are everywhere?
Yeah, they everywhere. But I don't think it affects a lot of children like it did back in the 80s. Sometimes these parents these days, they can do what they do and still maintain. Back then, I guess, I don't know what was going on. I guess it just was something seemed new to them or something. And it just let it take total control. And some of those back then that were on drugs starting in the 80s when it really hit Atlanta, crack. Um, a lot of them people still out on drugs. Got children doing better than they doing. Some of the children are affected by it. Some of the children turn to using or maybe selling because of it.
So
So
it would be safe to say then it turns out to be not only a lifestyle here in this city, but a means of self support.
yeah, yes, totally, most definitely. If kids saw their parents doing this and doing that, they felt like they probably had to do this and do that.
So the lifestyle of drugs has destroyed the family unit in this city, basically. That's what you're saying. I mean, you say
Basically, I would say
we all have dreams. And what did you dream to be when you grew up?
a lawyer in a big fine home with a nice husband, and I did marry the wrong person, by the way. But um, I wanted to be a lawyer, and I was mad for years. But I'm just now coming to terms that God let everything happen for a reason. If my mom would have never took me out of school, I would have went to school and I would have finished college and did all those years I had to do to become the best lawyer I can be. I could have been. But I thought about it. Lawyers don't do nothing but tell lies all day, every day. And I would have been having to repent. I already have to repent. I would have been repenting from now to Judgment Day. So that's the only good thing I can see coming from her taking me out of school. That's the only good thing. That's the only good thing I can see. That's the only good thing could have came out of that. Me telling them lies in the courtrooms on the oath. And lying in the presence of God. Just lying. Just lying.
Okay, so seeing that you're not an attorney, you still have enough time to dream again. What would you dream to be in now?
Going to school to drive trucks, I think I'm going to look into that right now. I'm thinking about seriously going to truck driving school. Seriously, I just got through talking to my sister about this. She's going to help me with some things. And I'm seriously thinking about going to truck driving school. And when I told my kids, my baby sister called me Because I don't know, I think she's still dealing with the hurt because she was younger or whatever. But anyway, I'm truck driving school. Yeah, because I wanted to do it back in the 90s, mid 90s. And I had my first son back in 98. And I was telling my aunt that I want to start driving trucks. And her daughter had my son, used to keep my son all the time. And she talked me out of it. She said, well, you start having your family now, so this is not a good time.
Mm.
So she talked me out of it, even though I really never had my child, because her child had my child. So I really had time to do it, but I listened and then go. But now my kids are older and I'm going for God's will.
And speaking of having family support, is it a good thing to have family support, or is it a bad thing to have family support?
I think it's an awesome thing if you have somebody you can trust.
Okay, when you speak of family, what entails family when you speak about family? Is family blood family to
Family is
you?
blood and non-blood. To me, that's in my eyesight. Family can be blood and non-blood. My grandma always have told me, a stranger on the street will treat you better than your blood. And I found that to be true. People that ain't no bloodline to me, period, treat me better than people that's bloodline to me. People that I helped raised. I find a stranger, or I find people on the street that help me or do more, and I can help and relate to more than some of my family members. Blood relatives.
So when you talk about the family unit, do you think it's something that can be done to draw the family unit, make a stronger bond with family members or families nowadays and times?
Death and weddings and the grace of God.
Why would you say,
And I'm seriously speaking. And it's
why would you
sad.
choose death and wedding?
Because that's the most of the time your whole family get together. People haven't seen each other for years. They don't have 10 kids. And the other 5, their cousin got 5, they don't never know. And then they meet up. That one go to school with that one and one liking that one. It don't make no sense. Need to start having some family reunions, family gatherings. Some people want to drink, don't know how to handle alcohol. Sometimes the mixed crowds just don't mix. It's always a disaster. That's why sometimes people don't want to be bothered.
So, can you tell me just a little bit more about what you think can be done to make things better besides families getting together and arguing and drinking and stuff? What other avenue, what other things can be done besides drinking when you get together as family?
Well, I say call them all over the Big Mama house and say we're going to have a good old dinner. And just some called up and some called up. We having a cookout. People like to eat. Some people like to sip. Tell them you're going to have a good cookout and everybody. Just start doing it. Make initiative. Take initiative to do something once a week with your family. If you want to draw each other back closer together. And if you see it turn out all right the first week, try it again the next week. See it turn out that week pretty good, try it again the next week. And then everybody start just chipping in and they can get bigger and bigger. The family start coming back around. I don't know what happened, but this didn't just start with my generation because my grandma don't hardly fool with her brothers and sisters. I guess maybe that's why we like that. They were jealous because my great grandmama left her everything. They didn't get nothing. But I ain't seen nobody taking care of her but my grandmama. And me and her, my grandmama grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's the division between them. But I don't want my kids growing up like that, and I tell them that all the time. And I don't want my sisters and brothers' kids not knowing each other. They should know each other in that 15-minute breakup. Thank y'all. Shontae, it was nice talking with you all. Anything else, we can keep going for a few minutes though.
Well, I just want you to share briefly how your life has changed since you've been with on God's in the company of a body of believers.
Well, my thoughts have changed tremendously. And he's still working. He's still working on me. I'm a work in process. He's still working on me. And I can see day for day how he's working on me. And sometimes I forget, but he ain't gonna let me forget because he'll bring it back to my attention. And I have to thank him. I have to give him thanks. Because it's slowly. Like he took the cigarettes away. So quick. So fast. I was smoking on the 2nd and later on July the 2nd and later on July the 2nd, July the 3rd, the taste was completely gone from my mouth. My children had been asking me to stop smoking. I told them, I kept saying, okay. Then they kept on at me. They made me mad one night. I said, leave me alone. I'm going to stop smoking when I get ready. God will let me stop when he get ready. And that doggone it 1 whole week later before he said, okay, here we go. Took the taste right out of my mouth. And he's still working on me with my attitude. And just let me see things because I've been disobedient. I went against my better judgment. I went against the Holy Spirit. But the Lord still kept his hand on me. He's still teaching me right now. And I'm in a process. And he's been blessing me. And he let me see that he's still right here. He ain't left me. But everything in his perfect timing. And my destiny will be met and assured through the grace of God. Yes. He confirms. And I love him. I love him and I just thank him. I thank him. I probably can't see him, but I feel his spirit. And I just thank him, even through people. Might say something to me for confirmation or something that I've talked to him about or something. And I'm still learning how to communicate with him because I don't fully know how to communicate. Because I keep a lot of stuff bottled in. But I'm learning that I can't bottle up nothing, hide it from God.
Okay.
So, still working. He working with me.
Amen.
Yes, Lord.
15 minutes up. Well, Shontae, I want to thank you for being a part of my homework assignment. I appreciate you. I love you. And do have a good meet.
All right. You're welcome. And have a good one. It was a pleasure.
Stop it. I don't want to stop it. I stop it. Oh, Lord, I'm putting me on here with this ragged hair.